All right, Knights of Apollo, what's up, guys? Hope you're doing well, and we're back with Company of Heroes 2. I've got a replay here that I played with the Ryan King quite some time ago. It was a long time ago, and I just kind of remembered about it. You know, I was like, oh, I got this replay. I should upload it. So here we are. So this is a 2v2 on the map called Alliance of Defiance. It's a cool woodland-ish map. It's a fairly open woodland map, but it's really cool. It's got some cool trenches in the center. It does have some buildings, like a factory-esque buildings. So it creates some pretty fun, open, kind of a lot of flanking opportunity kind of gameplay. It's not too tight with like urban setting with streets and whatnot. So there's a lot of things you have to look out for in terms of your flanks when you're playing the game, and there's a lot of opportunity in terms of using that, you know, flanking capability. So in this battle, me and the Ryan King were playing as the Eastern Germans. So yeah, I mean, we always kind of play as them. So we're just the reason we play as them all the time is we're trying to master them. Basically, like, we're pretty decent as playing with them. Like, it just takes time to kind of master these factions and kind of learn what they're good at and what they're not good at. And I do recommend kind of doing that with all the factions, so you kind of know how to play against certain factions. And then we're taking on two Soviet Union players. So pretty classic matchup here. Soviet Union versus Germany. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and do normal speed. So I'm in the red, just a little side note. I'm red, Ryan King is purple, and then our opponents are blue and yellow. So right out of the gate, the Ryan King is setting up, of course, typical. We got the Pioneer Squad kind of leading the way. That's your first unit that you start off with. So I've got mine going to, you know, capture some points. You want to capture as many as possible, as quick as possible. And then I also have an MG squad. I try to get them as quick as possible, and then I send them up to a victory point. Now, this victory point is the closest one to our base, so this is going to be the most important. So I've got them all squared up. Now, right now, the enemy's in fog of war, so he's got a combat engineer squad. That's their engineers. So if they get any closer, they will feel the wrath of my MG. So we'll see if actually I decide to move here. That's an interesting choice. Yeah, I think I want to get them a little bit closer. And again, the fog of war really screwed me up here. I did not check to make sure it was clear, so I'm desperately trying to get the MG set up. I do thankfully get it set up. Check this out. This looks awesome. And I'm just like, get out of here. So that is a risky move, but it paid off. While that's going on, I'm capturing another point with Grenadiers. The Ryan King is focusing his attention on the left side, and he's going to push and actually take this victory point. So as of right now, we control 2 victory points, but the Allies or the Soviet Union, they are going to try to take this back. I don't know why. Okay, there he goes. He was just kind of sitting there not capping it, but now he is. So already we're chipping away at their points. They're at 487. We're at 500. Stuff is really picking up over on this side. So it seems pretty clear that the opponents are going to be fighting pretty hard for this front. I assumed, and it might be their location of their deployment. So they deploy here. It's right in front of them. So there's no, even though this, I mean, maybe it's tough to say, is this closer to us or is this closer to them? It's pretty even just because we're kind of off center of this victory point and they kind of deploy right in front of it. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's going to be a contested area, so you're going to see a lot of action over here. And already I've got some Grenadiers. I've got the MG. I've got another engineer squad moving in to put some pressure on the center. And I also got some Grenadiers taking this point as well. So we're really trying to control the map here. We also got some support from the Ryan King, setting up some Grenadiers, and we push back the communist scum, and we start to capture the center victory point. Keep in mind, we still control the furthest away victory point. At least, yeah. So we're keeping 2 captured at all times, and I feel like we're doing a really good job of keeping our opponents on their toes. Always making them have to recapture and shift troops and constantly fight back to get in the game. So I'm liking our progress here. I'm liking our aggressiveness and our control of the map. So I push up some grenadiers to do some scouting. I see that they've got some troops here. They also have more units with these conscripts. Yeah, conscripts moving forward to probably push to take this point, but I do have it protected by an MG. This guy might want to get out of the way. He's kind of right in the way of this machine gun, the MG42. So we'll see. I got my grenadiers in the building here, just trying to little bit of a speed bump against this big push here. Most likely I'll get these grenadiers. Oh, get out of there. Yeah, I get them out right in time, like literally right in time, and I get the hell out of there. Run, run. And then the MG is going to cover them as they retreat, which is so cool. And there we go. We keep them at bay and prevent them from capturing that point. Over here, I've got a depleted unit of grenadiers kind of holding the center. Unfortunately, they got to get out of there. They're getting swarmed. I got a mortar that's set up behind these bushes. So far I've got, in terms of my units, I've got a couple grenadiers, I've got an engineer, I got an MG, and a mortar. The Ryan King, he has 3 grenadiers, a engineer, and an MG. So pretty similar build. I'm just going with the mortar. Mortars are so good, especially early game, when nobody really has any vehicles and you can really bombard infantry from afar. But smart move by him to push forward some units to try to push my mortar out of there. But thankfully the Ryan King is there to support my mortar, and it looks like he's going in to retake control of the center. Over this way, this is also another important position here. This is right near the victory point, literally right next to the victory point. This is a fuel station, and guys, as German players, fuel is so vitally important because tanks are so important to the German cause. You know, we want to get a lot of resources for tanks, so we need to maintain this position along with the victory point. So this is not good. Not good at all. So the Ryan King is storming in. I'm storming in with some assault grenadiers. So I'm going with the mechanized assault doctrine. This provides me with assault grenadiers who are really good. They're basically grenadiers with MP40, MP40s, the submachine gun. So really good close combat, really good at storming into points and pushing the enemy back. I also get mechanized assault group. I get the Stug 3, which is like an anti-infantry tank, light artillery barrage, and a Tiger tank. As my kind of the last little bonus there. Tiger tank, obviously very expensive, but very deadly. And there we go. I'm throwing some grenades. Look at this. Throwing grenades. Unfortunately, they're a little too slow there, but I'm going to keep pushing forward. These guys look awesome too. I love the look of them. So they're pushing forward, and I'm going to try to overwhelm them with the submachine gun, but it doesn't look like it's going too well, so I'm probably going to have to retreat these guys out of here. I've also pushed up some grenadiers back in the back lines. We'll see what I do here. Again, this replay, oh, here comes another push of grenadiers. So I'm pushing on multiple fronts. But yeah, this replay is fairly old. So, geez, how do I even, I know there's a way to rotate. Oh, it's Alt. Okay, yeah. I even forgot the camera controls are a little goofy in this. But yeah, we've pushed really aggressively in the center. And I think we're doing a great job of maintaining these positions. I go and retreat this unit of grenadiers to take this fuel point position back. I keep my grenadiers up here. I got one left. Let's see if he can make it back. I think he will. But I kept him kind of up there. I did capture this. So I left him up there to capture and to slow down the enemy's advance, because now he has to dedicate a whole unit to capture this back. So just little things you can do to kind of slow down your opponent and give you time to kind of fuel up and regroup. So now we're rolling out the scout cars. Now scout cars, excellent anti-infantry in the early stages of the game. As you can see here, it's just going in and just cutting these guys up like it's nobody's business, not a care in the world. And the Ryan King also has a scout car rolling in as well. Love the woodland camo, fits perfectly for this map. Now the conscripts do have some anti-vehicle abilities, so they've kind of shot our engines here, so we got to be careful. So we're going to do a tactical retreat and kind of go in reverse, kind of fire at them as we retreat to keep our scout cars intact. But that's okay. They did exactly what they were built to do, is keep the enemy back. They don't even necessarily have to kill the enemy. You just got to keep them back and prevent them from capturing any positions. Now over here, the enemy is getting a little crafty here. He's setting up some infantry. Let's see, what are these guys? These are the shock troops of the Soviet Union. They are capturing the fuel. Oh, see ya. Someone threw some grenades. It looks like I threw some grenades with my... I love it. I love these assault grenadiers. They're so aggressive, and you just got to throw them in the enemy's face, and they will do an excellent job. But we kind of zone him out of there. He was attacking my MG with a mortar. He didn't see it. He just used his, like, auto fire. You can tell it to fire at a zone. So the fog of war was protecting my MG. He just knew it was there from previous engagements. So I had to retreat them out of there. He's still shooting at it. See, because he thinks they're still there. And sure enough, they changed targets to go for my assault, grenadiers, but I get them out in time. But as you can see, the enemy is starting to amass a decent force here. Again, focusing heavily on infantry. We really got to keep that in mind. And let's start looking at my army build here. So I've got 2 units of assault grenadiers. I've got 2 grenadiers, 1 engineer, MG, mortar, and now I'm whipping out an anti-tank. And I'm not doing this because they have tanks right now. I'm just kind of predicting that they are going to bring some tanks. You know, they're going to eventually roll them out because the Soviet Union usually can roll out tanks faster than Germany. It's just their tanks aren't as good, but we just kind of have to use some Pak-40s to kind of keep them at bay until we can get our tanks out. The Ryan King has maintained the fuel point over here, which is vital. So he's doing a good job with that, but over here is kind of like small skirmishes of fighting. And, ooh, you can see he's, bad time to charge in right now. The Ryan King's sending up multiple units. He should probably disperse his units over here and try to overwhelm him and flank him. Let's see if he, let's just keep pushing forward. He probably should have just kept moving this unit down this way. Kept one to pin these guys down and the other one to flank around, but that's okay. I think he's going to just use his brute force here. Yeah, and scare these guys off and get them out of there and continue to maintain that fuel position. In the center, they're now going for the victory point. And then over on the far right, it's a back and forth battle, guys. I've got multiple units. Look at this. I'm really starting to spam out a bunch of infantry. And that is, I'm basically trying to keep up with his infantry. And now, sure enough, guys, look at this. We got a T-70 light tank. That's what I expected. And I'm doing whatever I can to get rid of these guys. I'm throwing grenades at this thing. It'll do a little bit of damage, but not much. I need to get my Pak-40 up there, which it is, and just kind of waiting for the enemy. Boom! There we go. A great hit right there. Unfortunately, it does not destroy it, but I did severely weaken it. And this thing is greedy as hell. It's down to less than 25% of its health. It's now moving into the... Yeah, this was foolish. Foolish! So... Again, even though it was a tank, our scout cars, our MG, the guns on the scout car, they're able to penetrate the light armor of the T-70, so it's not a big deal. We were able to finish them up with the scout cars, and now I'm moving up my scout car to take care of the infantry that's trying to take this position. He's got some shock troops, which are very deadly up close, just like my MP40 troops, and we stop them right in time before he captured the fuel point. That's very good. But now look at this. The enemy is also bringing out some anti-tank. He's got a field gun, divisional field gun. So we got to watch out for that when we get some armor rolling up. So things are getting spicy. Let's go ahead and slow it down because I feel like I haven't been able to catch my breath. There we go. There's the hit on my scout car. At that point, I'm like, oh crap, I got to get out of here. So eventually, I think I reverse. I might not. Just depends. I don't remember. Okay, there it is. There it is. I'm reversing. Gotta move quick. Gotta move quicker than that. So anyways, you can see that most of my army's pretty healthy right now, and there's a massive push I'm doing. I got 3 units. 2 of them are grenadiers, and 1 is assault grenadiers. So this is a nice combo. and we are going to push forward and see what we can do, what kind of damage. I think the goal here is to go this back route and kind of close in on the point over here where there's not a lot of resistance, and that's going to hopefully throw them off and make them panic and have to retreat back. Over in other parts of the battle, the Ryan King is really focusing on locking down the center, so if they send anything our way, we'll destroy it. I got my mortar. My mortar's 2-star now, doing a great job of holding that center position and making it difficult for them. We also have the scout car. This is the Ryan King scout car, still alive, still active. That's the other thing about this. We're keeping our units alive. We're not. A lot of times, scout cars are tricky because sometimes early units still can do a lot of vehicle damage, and you can lose your scout cars pretty quick. But during this match, we did a great job of keeping these guys alive. And even though we're more of the middle stage of the game, the scout cars are still being effective in this fight and zoning out a lot of infantry. So it's been really great to keep them alive. Now we got a little bit of a tussle over here. Let me go and do normal speed again. And again, zoning back the enemy. We've been doing a great job of keeping the enemy back. He's got his field gun out of position, but he does the smart thing and just wheels it out of there in time. I was going to throw some grenades on it, but I was a little too slow. Capturing this point, just being ruthless, being relentless, constantly being aggressive. That's what this game's all about. Sometimes it's a big mistake to kind of get, and here's a little bit of a great fight here by the Ryan King getting super aggressive. Even if you just neutralize a point, that's awesome. He doesn't even have to necessarily capture this. He probably should retreat out of here. So these are the Panzer Grenadiers. Really good anti-tank unit. He captured it. He needs to get out of there now. This way, it looks like he's now making a push for the victory point. I don't think he's going to be able to take it. Maybe he'll neutralize it. Yeah, no, not gonna happen. Oh, but he's got some super secret. The stormtroopers who can like use camouflage and go invisible. Anyways, what the Ryan King is doing here is being aggressive, and this is perfect. This is exactly what you want to do. Never get complacent. Never assume that you can just defend and build up defenses, especially with Germany. You want to be aggressive. You want to constantly push the enemy. You want the enemy constantly fighting for its territory, even if you control most of the territory. Now, there's a bunch of scout snipers from the damn dirty commies, so that's a little bit of a problem because I think they're shooting down my Pack 40. And oh, what's this? We got our first tank. The Panzer IV is rolling out for Team Germany. And those snipers are going to do nothing against the Panzer IV. So this is perfect. Perfect. I set up my MG over here. They kind of had this on lockdown, so we kind of have to fight this back. We got another tank rolling in. Look at this, another T-70, but this stands no chance. I got a Pack 40 and my Panzer. If we look at the Ryan King's forces, he's really, he hasn't gotten a tank yet, but he's doing a lot of work with the infantry. He's healing them up, and he's constantly pushing and keeping the enemy on their toes over on this flank. Now, back over here, I need to do my job. I need to push the enemy back. But right now, I'm just kind of building up my troops. I'm re-healing. I'm repairing my scout car. And I think pretty soon I'm going to go for a push. We'll see. I don't currently see this T-70, but I'm ready for it. If it does pop up, I'll have my Pack 40 in my tank to counter it. And the Ryan King is constantly being annoying. And this is, again, this is what you want to do. Oh, wow. He just stole his, this is beautiful. He hijacked the mortar. He got it out of there, and that's one more mortar for us. Always, guys, when you have an opportunity, steal the enemy's equipment. It's a devastating blow, and it's you gain so much, and they lose so much. So there's a little bit of a fight in the center. We got the enemy pushing up some conscripts to try to take up and, you know, some points here and disrupt the center. The center defenses have weakened as the Ryan King has kind of focused on his far left, which is no problem at all. Okay, it looks like I did a little bit of a push here, and I'm chasing down this T-70 with my... This is risky. I got my Panzer IV chasing down the T-70. This is extremely risky because you don't know what you're going to be going into. They could have some sort of anti-tank waiting for you. Usually... Oh, this is cool, though. A nice little tank battle. Come on. I really wanted to destroy this little... I can't believe there we go. I just destroyed it. And once I destroyed it, I'm like, all right, I need to get out of here. And unfortunately, I went into some trap. The field gun, I don't know why I stopped here. This was a big mistake. And it leads... I'm pretty sure he would have destroyed this tank even if I didn't stop. So, was it worth it? I would say so. I would say so. Maybe not, but it kept the enemy back, and it's given me time to recapture a fuel station. We also have a scout card going in, going after the enemy's mortar. This is a little ballsy. I think it's going to end up being kind of, yeah, disastrous for the Ryan King because of this field gun. I do drop some artillery on him just to kind of push him back, but that's okay. Here's one thing to note. We've pushed the enemy back. Even though we lost some units, it's not the end of the world. We did push them back. Now, I decided at this point to bring out the anti-infantry tank, because the enemy is bringing so much infantry. I thought it'd be more productive to bring an anti-infantry tank. So I got the Stug 3 with the assault gun. So we're about to see this bad boy in action, and it's going to support my infantry as they push. You can already see oh yeah, look at this. Boom! I do hit my own men there. I don't think there's friendly fire. There's some artillery dropping on the MG, but it doesn't matter. Their assault has failed. They've got an MG up here, but boom! I hit them with grenades. Somehow they survived that. All those grenades there. But we should kill them. Like, come on. I know they've got my men pinned here, but we killed 90. There we go. There we go. And I should absolutely try to take that MG from them. See, I'm still pinned, though. I think we're getting pinned by a mortar. Yeah, their mortar over here. Here we go. Please take it. Yes, we take the MG. Always do it. It's also like a morale. It's a morale booster for you, but it destroys their morale. And I'm not talking in the game mechanics. I'm just mean as a player, seeing your equipment being taken and the enemy running off with it just sucks. So another reason why you should always do it. Now over here, the Ryan King has his tank rolling out. This is his Panzer IV. And with the Panzer IV, along with his infantry, he's going to be able to make a great push here in taking this position. So, as you can tell, guys, great map control. We have a solid lead, a 300-point lead over our opponents. And we're about to take all 3 stars. And if we actually do pull off and taking all 3 stars, this is going to hurt the enemy. They are going to bleed points very quickly. Now, they have a T-70 rolling up, but where are their good tanks? They're nowhere to be seen. They've just invested in infantry, which right here is paying off. Sure. Oh, look at this. Boom. Yeah. What? I guess because was that an anti-tank? I don't know. That should have killed more than that. It should have wiped out that whole unit. But here comes, oh, Panzer IV is like, you know, who threw that piece of paper at me? That didn't hurt at all. That one hurt a little bit. But look at it. Look at it. It's doing no damage to the Panzer IV. This thing, it might as well be throwing like paper clips at him. It's done nothing. And the Ryan King, very smart, not pursuing the T-70. He's just going to chill back here. Oh, wait. No, he is going in. Just to kind of zone off these troops on the victory point. Oh, here we go. They got a medium tank destroyer. Finally, we got something good here, and that's going to cause the Ryan King to fall back and reorganize, but it's fine. They can have that victory point. We have the other 2. My anti-infantry, and also keep in mind, this tank is also fantastic at taking out enemy mortar positions as well, enemy artillery positions of any sort. Look at this. Look at that. It's a great tank, guys, to have in the back line supporting your main push. Like, it's always good to have one of these, especially when the enemy is going with a heavy infantry strategy, tactic. So, yeah, I'm surprised it doesn't have any stars yet. It's had to have had a decent amount of kills. I still have my scout car alive too as well. So he's about to make a big push here. And this is kind of like the push to save the game. any chance of them winning this, they have to push me back and take some victory points here. Even just one victory point. And you can see the other player, the blue Soviets, are pushing as well. I've got a unit holding the center, but these guys are definitely going to get overwhelmed. They might even die here because I'm not paying attention. Retreat, you dumb idiot. But we do drop some artillery. Look at this on their position. Yo, let's go. Nice job. And we got an MG locking down. It's a depleted MG, but damn it, they're holding their position and preserving this victory. And yeah, they don't push over on this side. I think the... What happened? What happened? Did these guys just... Oh, they must have fell back again, but they've got to push here. They don't have time. I've got an Autzwin as well to kind of deal with, again, enemy infantry and also deal with enemy planes. We've got the T-70 getting too close to our defenses. My Pak-40, along with the Ryan King's Panzer, takes it out. And yeah, they're gonna neutralize the center, but it really doesn't matter because the Ryan King has been a constant nuisance for him on this left flank with great, well-timed infantry pushes. When they're so busy in the center, they can't keep track of everything. Their infantry is getting crushed here. Honestly, he's being way too conservative. He needs to just go all out. Even if the units die, it's that desperate of a situation, but he doesn't go for it. And I'm just having fun. I'm like, you want to sit in that trench? Fine. I'll just shoot at you with the assault gun. And there's nothing you can do. And they're down to 10 points. And at this point, guys, it is a victory. So this was a battle that was, I would say, a pretty dominant performance by me and the Ryan King. I mean, there was definitely some great back and forth moments. It wasn't like we were in complete control all the time, but at the same time, we were kind of in complete control. You know what I mean? Like we did a pretty good job of keeping the enemy on their toes and always getting aggressive. So if they push heavily, this is how it happened. If they push heavily in the center, we would have enough there to hold it, or if we didn't, we'd really make them pay for it. And then while that's going on, the Ryan King would push up a couple units and push them on the left side, or I'll push on the right side. It's all about just map control, map awareness, and you know, making your opponent always kind of scrambling to maintain their you know, capture points and whatnot. So this was a great fight. Again, it wasn't super close, but it was fun. You know, it was fun. So let's go ahead and exit this and go look at the end results. All right, guys. So here we are. So the overview. So really good damage by the Ryan King and a lot of units killed. He lost more units, but he killed more units. We both have a positive KD, just me barely. I lost way less units, but I killed way less. So yeah, I would say Ryan did good overall in terms of dealing out the damage. I think I did better, well, personally, not compared to Ryan, but I think I did good or did well with keeping my units alive. I think that one bad moment was when I got too greedy with the Panzer IV and chased down that T-70. I probably shouldn't have done that, but it really wasn't that big of a deal at the end of the day. And you can see that they didn't deal as much damage. It was close, but not as much, and they lost way more than they killed. So a great fight overall. You can see my units and their efficiency. Pretty good numbers here. Pretty good numbers. Over 100% for most of them. I mean, 539% here. In terms of my, yeah, 85% with my Panzer IV. That was the one that got blown up, yeah, too quickly. The field gun kind of took it out. My assault gun with a Stug 3 with the assault gun, fantastic. Scout car, the scout car was the MVP. I kept that thing alive all event or all match, so that was cool. Anyways, guys, that's gonna close it up for today's battle. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you want to see more Company of Heroes videos, let me know by liking the video, sharing, leaving a comment, and of course subscribing. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.